Here at the Museum of Industry and Labor in Youngstown, visitors can step back in time and see the Mahoning Valley as it once was, an area dominated by industry and home to a diverse workforce.
Kind of where you have all of your equipment, all of your stations.
On this day, students from University School in the greater Cleveland area are touring the museum led by Bailey YODER.
You don't want to get too close to your steel because again it is 3,000 degrees.
YODER is one of the graduate interns.
It's really important for people to understand that where Youngstown was back before 1977, what happened in the last about 35 or 40 years, and then where we are now.
The museum is managed by Youngstown State University. MARCELLE Wilson is the curator.
The museum is a state-owned facility. We were designed by architect Michael Graves. As you look at the exterior of the building from the north, the south, the east, and the west, it has a different appearance, and it was specifically designed by Graves so that it would showcase a different era and a different aspect of the steel mill industry from each side.
Wilson says thousands visit the museum every year to learn about the steel industry that dominated Youngstown in the 20th century.
We opened to the public in 1992, so we've been open for several decades now. We have a lot of primary items. We have a lot of artifacts from workers. We have stuff from Youngstown Sheet and Tube, Republic, McDonald's.
And then they would raise these baskets high in the air.
I like it a lot, how they make it very interactive. Like there are certain exhibits that you can touch and you can go inside and look at.
We truly believe in experiential learning, that while we can read it in a book, there's nothing like experiencing it firsthand.
My favorite part of the tour was probably seeing how the workers dressed and how well prepared they were and all the tools that they had.
They can have a taste of what true living was in that time.
And so he was either burned or crushed by something.
And also we have a lot of information on safety and on company housing, which takes into account different ethnicities and different treatment of people in the 1920s.
Walk in here, we're going to start to see the decline of our steel industry.
Youngstown has such a rich and fascinating history, and it's stuff that we all kind of know about when you grow up here, but you don't really get intensive knowledge about. And coming here is a great way to learn about it and to hear the personal stories.
Wilson says the museum relies heavily on donations to help keep its exhibits filled.
Because we're a state organization, we don't always have a lot of money to go out and purchase things like bigger organizations might. We also rely on the Ohio History Connection, which is our parent corporation or parent company, and they provide us with a lot of the items. We're also invited out to steel mills, especially once they've closed, to rummage through and forage for any kind of stuff that is left over. Oftentimes we get the best stuff like that.
I think it's really important for people to understand the history of where their families came from and how they can find ways to improve it to make people want to come back.
Over the next few days in both the Daily Buzz and our 3 Minutes with videos, we'll explore several of the exhibits here and talk to local historians who will bring them to life. Be sure to keep watching.